Well, hello, this is Stacy Adams, and this is another episode to the rebuilding of me. And welcome. Today happens to be Mother's Day, and I often wondered why I saw people video in their car, and now I understand why. Because sometimes you're caught in the moment of the emotion of where you are and what's just happened. And I happen to be right now in the historic Burr Oak Cemetery just outside of the Chicagoland area. This happens to be the same cemetery where Emmett Till is buried, and his mother Mamie Till, and a lot of jazz artists and the Negro League baseball players. This is historic because at one point this was the only place, or one of the only places, that blacks in Chicago were allowed to bury their loved ones. I'm here memorializing my mom. And yes, this is the rebuilding of me. And I plan to have done so many other things today to honor her and celebrate her. And yet, in the process of changing and transitioning and just moving in the next, not even moving on, because I don't ascribe to someone you love dies and leaves and you just move on. It's not like I took out the trash. This was someone who is a part of my makeup, a part of my DNA, and always will be, and connected to my spirit in a way that only if you love people will you really understand what it feels like when they're now no longer with us. And with that, I am here just reflecting. Gave me a moment to shed some tears because I still need to do that from time to time. I don't come here nearly as often as I once did. When she first passed away, it was maybe 2 times a month, and that was coming from a family that never went back to the cemetery. That's how I was raised. We buried them, we said our goodbyes, and we never returned to the cemetery. And only when my mother lost her father did I see that modeled out to me in a different way, because she went back and it was part of her healing process. And now I found myself doing that too. And another thing I find myself in the midst of is the surrender. The surrender even the more to the process of what I think moving forward would look like. I thought today I was going to release a book that is in tribute to her. I thought today that so many other things would happen. But one thing I've learned is that when someone key passes away out of your family, it just kind of throws off the whole schedule of events in the whole family. It throws off the rhythm, and it leaves a gap and a hole where that person once filled, and my mother filled many hats. And I cannot I cannot even begin to take on any of the extra millions of things that she did for my entire family. And yet for some people, I find myself having to make an extra sacrifice and feeling okay in doing so. And one of which is for my grandmother. And yes, my 92-year-old grandmother survived her daughter, and so we skipped a generation. And so there's this gap of what I would have seen my mother model before me in caring for her elderly mother. That would have been something that showed me how to do it, or gave me another level of strength when it was my turn to do it. But little did I know that she and God had a whole different plan. But here I am. And yet at the same time, learning how to balance that out with still embracing the next step of who Stacey Adams is, and embracing the next step of what that looks like, and what things I need to prioritize and what things I need to say no to, and what things I thought I was going to have on my to-do list for the day, and the other things that just kind of got put on pause. And understanding that it doesn't make me a weak person, and it doesn't make those around me more those who just kind of suck the life out of you. It's not that. And yet at the same time, I still have to learn the balance for me so that I can grow and go forward and build and reflect at the same time. And so this is where I am today. I am at the historic Burr Oak Cemetery just outside of Chicago, and it's Mother's Day, and I wish those who are with their mothers a happy Mother's Day. Those who are mothers, happy Mother's Day. And those who may be like me, going through a journey of reflection and rebuilding after. Sometimes it's not pretty, and this is one of those days. But we're going to be all right, and we're going to keep moving forward. God bless you. See you next time. And if you want to go on this journey with me, don't forget to subscribe.